So I'm all fired up on Blake 7 again. We've recently resurrected our Blake 7 in Character podcast, and a couple of days ago they've announced the far too long coming Blu-ray release of at least season 1 of Blake 7, which looks great, and it's even greater that you're being given an option of using updated model effects, which I don't know to what degree yet. We'll know when it comes out, but a segment of that is actual real physical models, which is fantastic, and all of that has inspired me, along with the constant nagging from my friend Andrew to get back to it, to go up into the attic and bring down this. Now, this is a project I started many years ago, and it is, if you're in the know, hopefully you know what this is. This is my attempt at making the Liberator based on Ian Scoones' original design for the Liberator, all right? And I started it many a year ago, and I got this far and gave up because I don't know what I was thinking. This is blooming massive. There's my hand on it, all right? So, and other projects came along and I gave up, and it's been in the attic for a long time. But like I say, I'm all fired up on Blake 7 again. So I thought I'd bring it down to work on it and stop Andrew nagging. So here we go. And this is it as I brought it down from the attic. It needs a real clean up. It's just been sat up in the attic for a long time. You can see I was quite a way into it, and my first thought was I'm going to come down, repair some of the stuff, because there has been some damage. You can see here this I guess it's just with the heat in the summer, or maybe the cold in the winter, but this panel has completely bowed, so I've got to sort that out, and in places there are bits missing, but I was quite far along. I was doing it in Halford's white primer, and you can see I'd actually reached the stage of outlining the panels in pencil and applying decals, okay? And now if I was to just repair it and repaint, I'd lose all the decals, and I quite like what I had done, all right? So change of plan. I'm going to clean it all off. I'm going to repair it, but in some places I don't think it's detailed enough, like down there. All right, there is some detail, but I could put more on. That's all right there, but over there, not so much. All right. You might be wondering why there are holes here, here, and here, right? And that's because I've got separate sections. This is one of them. Luckily, I'd put these in a box. This one goes, I think, in there like that, yeah. And the reason I've done it separately is I had an idea of having like foil behind it, okay, backed by some coloured foil. When I reach the next bit, and when I've taken this downstairs, I'll show you what I had done for the rear there, all right? That's already got it attached. I think that one's green, but I wanted gold, just as a little nod to the filmed Liberator, how it had gold on the weapons pods. So yeah, that's that one, and I quite like that panel. I'm not going to do anything more to that, all right? I think yeah, you can see that's not grime. I had actually started doing a bit of pasteling for the weathering. This panel, again, I'm quite pleased with. Just sits down in the front like that. I've lost a lot of I had more prongs coming off there. I've lost that. I'll be addressing that. And this area here hasn't got isn't like that because of foil going in. From Ian's drawing, it looks like that was like a hanger bay. So under that now rather yellowed, weathered masking tape is a hanger bay that I'd already painted, okay? And I've got this panel, all right, and that slots in there like that, all right? So here we go. As I say, first thing to do is take it downstairs, give it a blooming good dusting, and just look and see what needs doing. I mean, here, I think we're all right here. This one's a bit bent. This one, I think, has lost one, and it's all coming apart. So, yeah, I've got a bit, give it a clean and do a bit of a damage assessment. So this is the other side. As you can see, this has come away and bowed quite a bit. It's lifted here. It's weakened. I've got a large strip of thick perspex going all the way down the length, but it's giving way there. That needs attention. I've taken the masking off of there. The landing bays are still okay. Do you recognise that? That's an air freshener bottle, and that's because I wanted a chew. I'm just in the process of removing all the masking tape. But there's the sparkly card that I'm going to be putting up on the top. What I did all those years ago was wrap that air freshener can in the green sparkly card, and then I put the Go Faster stripes over it. I'm gingerly peeling this off. It looks like it's going okay. It's not taking the stripes, so I'm going to take. Sorry, I'm being interrupted by John Fox. I'll come back once I've done all that. Okay, so I've repaired this area just here, and yeah, and I've secured that better. I've got to do a little bit more there, but that's a lot better than it was. And I've been thinking about how I go about, you know, finishing this off. And yeah, I think the right thing to do is just not undo anything I've already done, but add to it. And as I said before, what's really going to help me is the fact that this is just standard white primer. So I figure I can add bits sprayed in white primer and just go along from there. So since yesterday, what I've done, this area, this exposed area here, I've made a new panel for it, all right, which will just go in here like this, and then do it one-handed, Eric, you can do it, there you go. And then hide the joins with strips, all right. And then you can see here, I've got an A, a B, a C, and somewhere there's a D, right? These are areas where they're too blank and I need to do something about it. So what I've been doing is I've just been measuring up the area that I've got. And then what I've been doing, this is A, I think, yeah. Cut a little piece of plastic card, put a few kit bits on, ready to stick it in place once I've sprayed it in white primer. This is B, so B is going to be going just about there, and I've got C and I've got D, all right. So I've got to spray those. I'm pretty sure there's a bit of greyness to this. I'm pretty sure when I did this before, I sprayed it grey and then white. So I've got to do the same so I get a colour match. And then stand up for this bit. What I'm also doing to help me out is I've got a whole lot of things here which I've blue tacked onto a bit of foam board. All right, I've got various kit parts that I think I might be able to use. I've got some EMA domes here. I've got some half round rod, which is always helpful, and I've got some googly eyes as well. That's what's looking at you right now. All right, so next step, all these plus these, get a coat of grey primer and then a white primer and a bit of weathering, and I can start sticking things back on. All right, that's the starboard side all finished. All right, go all the way along. All right, I've put in the hangar area section has been put on. All right, so we're good to go there. And the other bit of progress is I've backed those inlays with some gold sparkly card. All right, so the next thing is to turn this beast around, and I guess I'll be starting from the front and then working backwards. Okay, I'm calling the ship done. So there we are, all repaired, all restored. And I thought I'd just show you Ian Scoones' original sketch, and you can see just what I was doing. So yeah, these two slots here I've represented here. The two slots here I've represented here. All right. As you can see, this is all very vague along the side. There's bits. So all along the side, there's bits. I've tried to recreate the spininess of the whatever they are on the sides. All right. There was a bit of something going on at the top there. So that's what I represented there. And then if we come down to the bottom, yeah, you've got two more slots there, but I saw these as like hanger bays. All right. And then nothing at the back. I didn't go with the prongs facing backwards on the back of mine. What I've done, just as a nod to the final model, there's that deodorant can wrapped in green sparkly card, wrapped in Go Faster stripes to give the white banding. Trying to just, it's a little nod to the ball on the back of the actual Liberator. Yeah, so there we go. The restoration job is done. Andrew, you can stop bothering me now. I've finished it. I'm still puzzled why I made the thing so darn big. The only, I think, because it's a long time ago that I started making this, I think the size was dictated to by the size of the kit bits I had, and all my kit bits were really rather large. Okay, so if I was to make this model, say the size of a piece of A4 or even A3, I wouldn't have fine enough detail to apply to it. I think I went this big because I can put on, 1/35 scale military kit parts, easily, and it was easy to cut up the plasticard and everything. So it's done. I'm quite glad it's done, because now it's just too darn big. It's got to go, it's not going up into space, it's going up into the attic.